and welcome back to another episode of the Upper Echelon Podcast. Per usual and permanently, I am your host, Ride That Guy, no matter what they say. They don't make them this fly. That's the reason I'm not going nowhere. It's turning into Ryan's podcast slowly but surely, but y'all stay tuned. Right now it's Upper Echelon. All right, I'm not going to start off playing this much. We're serious. Scene. I'm here with one of the extras. I'm here with the big bro, CJ. You know what I mean?
Extras, huh? That's crazy.
With a fresh bus rider Scully that they give out to the premium riders. You can't just get this. You got to earn this. Being there every day, every stop, every moment.
Shout out to the public transportation community, all the people that drive the buses and the public transportation services around the city and around the world. You know, shout out to y'all and shout out to all the people that have to, utilize these services. Real people utilize these services.
See him speaking
for
real.
I'm saying? He always, I ain't gonna go here, but shout out to you guys.
He finally admitted it, and that's what I like to see. I have my alleged barber here.
I don't ride the bus. See what you not gonna do. You know what? I digress.
I have my alleged barber here.
It's alleged.
It's alleged. He one day will maybe let us post a haircut. We'll see. But I'm here with the big bro. I'm here with Two Tone Bone, a.k.a. Unk, as y'all know him. He a little sober this one, so I think we'll get through this very, very smoothly until he asks for a break midway through. So when you see a cutaway...
Get through this smoothly is a pause.
That is a pause. That is a pause.
Just gotta be careful. Pause.
But I'm here with the captain of the ship. I'm here with Two Tone Bone and the big bro CJ. Upper Echelon Podcast, as y'all know. Let's get right into it. That Drewski skit, we brought it up on a previous episode, but we got to bring it up again because Jake Paul has entered the conversation. This dude apparently wants to do a Blackface skit. Go for it. What happens, though, is you are in boxing, right? That sport is dominated by colored people. You know what I mean? So you might take off the wrong people. Now, you don't have a fight. Your money goes low. It's just something to think about. Plus, the way you're trying to do it, you're trying to do revenge, and you're doing it in a goofy way. That's my opinion. Unk, what you got for us, man, on this dude for this alleged skit?
He just called us colored people. Hey, man.
Sick.
Sick, man.
Sick.
Shout out to all the brown people, man. Jake Paul, man, go for it, brother. If that's how you feeling. You're not a comedian, so it's not in your lane. I feel like you kind of got a little bit of malice behind you when you're saying you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is not for a joke. I feel like you feel a little tough because you done beat up a couple people in the ring, staged fights and things like that. But, hey, man, go for it, man. If it make you mad like that, but y'all started it first, man. I know Big Bro, he gonna touch on it, man, but it's been Blackface and a plethora of other things that y'all done before this, if y'all really, and y'all wasn't doing it on, y'all was doing this really poking fun at us, and y'all wasn't making it look like us. So, Big Bro, what?
I mean, you really kind of summed it all up, man. If he can do it, shout out Jake Paul, shout out Drewski.
I'm not shouting him out. We'll edit that out. It's absolutely, we are not shouting that brother out, brother. I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying, man. I'm saying, shout out to everybody who's getting to the bag, man. But look, yo, if you feel like you want to do it, if there's some backlash that come with it, so be it. But like bro said, y'all started it with the whole Blackface demo way back in the Gap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was trying to make fun of black people and depict black people in a negative fashion. And so, it is what it is. But, hey.
It was fine when it was white chicks, and it was fine when it was other movies like this. But I don't, like he said, it's the malice in his heart that he's trying to do it. And here's the biggest thing, though. He never said her name in the skit the whole time. This could be any conservative woman. If the shoe fits, wear it. Speaking of the shoe fits, let me interrupt for this segment. The kicks for this week's episode, I broke out the little Bordeaux Raptor joints, you know what I mean? They talking about bringing them back next spring, I believe, but Y'all don't have these. He definitely don't. But yeah.
Glad he kept his shoe on. I appreciate that. You know, you're getting better at this thing. You might keep a job.
Hey.
You might keep a job.
Y'all heard it first, man. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. But, you know, it's another thing that we kind of had. This is a controversial subject. I know me and Tone had an opinion. I'm gonna save that. But the question you would ask us, bro, was, would you rather take $10K monthly to do nothing? So you're not working, you're not getting into no extracurriculars there, or would you take $100K monthly, but you working Monday through Friday for 12-hour shifts? This was a really good question, in my opinion. Go expand on it a little bit more. Say what you think, and we're just gonna go down the line over here.
Well, it was just a question that I had saw online, and just thought it was interesting. And I asked some gentlemen, asked my coworkers, and both of these guys said, well, you know, you could take the $10,000 a month and you could, you know, invest with it and do something else. And I said, or you could take the $25,000 a week and do your thing. You feel me? That's $1 million. That's $1.2 million if you want to be technical.
Come on, man.
So, you know, I'm gonna go get that yaper. You hear me?
That'll get him off the bus so fast if he went and did that.
Here we go.
So that I see where your mind is at, bro.
Back to being on the bus. I don't ride the bus, but shout out to everybody who does ride the bus and take the train.
The train.
And the shuttle.
We can go to Hogwarts.
And all the you know what I'm saying? The cabs, you know what I'm saying? The Ubers and the Lyfts, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's helping somebody get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There are some decent people out here. You know what? You ain't got no job again. You done with this.
Let's cut and talk about this real quick, man. Dog, I think I'm definitely I've worked 12-hour shifts in my life before, you know what I mean? You have the option to stop working once you feel like you made enough. But yeah, sign me up for the Monday through Friday.
Come on.
I can't sit there and do nothing anyway, though. Like, and when you stop and think about it, in this economy, 100K really is not what you think it is. But especially get to 120, it's not what you think it is, bro. They raising the price on purpose. They almost was saying the 100K is the new broke. At this point, I've heard that multiple times, and I'm like, dog.
75 is really 75,000 a year. Bro, back in the day, mom getting 75 racks a year to work. That's a great job.
250,000 a year is middle class.
Right now,
Easily.
And
100%.
the problem is, even if you make it to that 120, about to tax you viciously, so you right back to square two.
You right back to about 70,000 a year,
Dog.
and then you gotta get fresh. How you gonna do that?
What are you gonna do in this scenario, man? What's your choice?
Shoot. I'm being like Bud Crawford. I'm gonna work my hours like y'all gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And what you say, that 1.2 and 1.2 a year that's mine, I'm gonna still stay down regular though. I'm gonna stay down in the whatever the average cost of rent or mortgage is. I'm gonna just still go on and pay that for a little while, man, and just see what it look like until I decide I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we gon' generational wealth, man. When you get old, you want to do stuff with your babies and your lady. You know what I'm saying? Your family. You know, you want to fly everybody out so they can experience some water with you or something.
Come on, man.
You know, why not? Let's run it up, man. I've always heard why you got time to work until you can't work no more. So.
Yeah.
And that's gonna get him to not be able to make bathtub whiskey no more. You know what I mean, bro? Gonna be able to go to the store and do his thing at that point, dog.
Now he making moonshine.
Come on, man. Come on,
Hey,
man.
Shout out to all the moonshine,
Hey,
hooch
man.
drinkers,
Sippers.
man. You know, I already know, man. I know about it, man.
But it brings up another subject, though, dog. We was all talking about this off camera. I do have some serious thoughts about it. I'm not even going to share it first this time like I normally do. Is being an entrepreneur the new way to go? Everyone's got an LLC all of a sudden now. Everybody knows what you need to do to get it off the ground, and they'll only charge you $1,000. Costs $108 to do it online. Don't fall for that scam. YouTube University it if you have to, but What is up with this new wave, Tone, of everybody trying to be an entrepreneur? And do you think it's being followed correctly? What advice do you got for the people, man?
I think the entrepreneur, I think people are trying to make it the way to go because a lot of people are lazy and just, I don't want to go work the 12 hours and things like that. So let me find a way that I can make money for myself. And it is ways that you can make money for yourself, but then you got to think about what you want in life. So if you want something that costs, if you want to live by yourself, it's probably going to cost at least $1,500 a month around that for living, like your walls. So whatever you're entrepreneuring, you're going to have to, is going to have to make at least $1,500 a month. Me personally, I believe everybody needs to know what it is to be a worker first. Then once you figure out to be a worker, then slide off and see what it is to be an entrepreneur and see if it's even worth it. And you have to know what you're doing with it.
I only have two things to say about it. I'm going to pass to Big Bro. What people don't realize, when you start your own company, you now just became the accountant. You just became the coffee getter. You just became the worker, the boss, the driver. You just became every position overnight, and you have to make all of them basically be moving at a steady pace. It ain't just shine in one area and somebody will get to this. You are the somebody. If you're not prepared to do that, because I had my own business at one point, you're working 80 plus hours. You're doing that. So if you think it's going to be a way to get out of work, you're about to be sorely mistaken. That's all I'll say on that. Bro, what you got, man?
I was just gonna say real quick, I think a lot of that comes from the influence that's on, you know what I'm saying, social media and the television and whatnot, where, you know, like you said, you can make $1,000 and, you know, whatever. They always show you the wins. You know what I'm saying? They don't never highlight their losses, you know. And not to sound cliche, but shout out to Mike Epps. What he said, you can't be a boss unless you took a loss. So you know, yeah, you're not gonna really understand what it really takes to have this business. You know, that's a heavy commitment. You know, that's a lot. So shout out to all those small business owners and, you know, trying to make them corporations. And, you know, I salute everybody trying to do their thing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, let's just be smart about it. That's all.
We not saying don't be an entrepreneur. We saying everybody ain't meant to be a boss. So when you have real boss qualities, then yes, these are the type of people that will look into businesses and build out and figure out how to correctly pay people and how to be an accountant, how to be a coffee getter, how to be a worker. You can't just wake up in the morning and say, hey man, I'm about to start selling pharmaceutical medicine legally. You know what I'm saying? Like without, like, you have to go to school. You have to take the proper steps. And those people that take the proper steps, those are the people that are meant to be entrepreneurs.
But if you know how to finagle, you know.
Yeah. But
you feel me?
Now with the finagling, I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people the finagle will it's more kind of like scamming, just on a different thing, and it may end. Like I've seen people, I've seen people finagle. Like you've had things with Atlanta back in the day, with a lot of women were working in banks, and what they were doing, they were taking people that were just say pharmaceutical street pharmacists. They were taking street pharmacists' money, and they were like, okay, cool. What we'll do, I'll make it look like you make this much money, so it can validate why you have this type of house. And it lasted for a little while, but then it ends up getting you caught up when people, like how technology is now, they want to keep trying to update and they want to really keep you down. So that's why I say being an entrepreneur, you want this longevity. So just take the proper precautions, take the proper steps, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be in real estate, then get the real estate license. If you want to, whatever it is, just take the real proper precautions. If you want to sell pharmaceuticals, go to pharmacy school. You know what I'm saying? And there it is.
We're going to bring up another subject, though. Shift gears just a little bit. I'm not going to put all your business out there as far as how you do what you do. But you've done entrepreneurship before as well. Reason I bring this up is there's a lot of people trying to be barbers now. You are a barber yourself. These prices are getting ridiculous. As soon as the smack of that black glove go off, apparently the cut just went up $85 more. You didn't charge the fair rate. Again, not about to disclose here, but you're not doing that. One, you don't have the black gloves.
Right.
You need your hands free at all time for that beard, and that glove might make it slippery, and then now all of a sudden what you do then. That's the start, but you're not sitting there hiking your prices up. Explain these prices. What is going on, bro? Is it these people's confidence? Is social media doing it? What do we got? What's going on here, man?
Man, it's a little bit of everything, man. Confidence is probably not at the top of the list. I mean, because it's not at the top of the list, and I'm not saying that in a joking way. Like, we here in Omaha, Nebraska, we got some of the best barbers here in the Midwest.
Straight up.
But, like, I might have to rent my spot from somebody, and they might want $200 and something a week. You know what I'm saying? For me to work here. And a lot of people don't understand that. So that's why you might catch some barbers with higher prices. Me personally, I think in the Midwest where we're at, I think a reasonable price. I've been hearing anywhere from 40 to 60 bucks, 60 being on the higher end. But yeah, I say about 40 bucks is a good, you know what I'm saying? That's a good little price, man, if your barber's giving you the whole sauce. Now, when you got kids and you have a relationship with the barber, these are kind of different things, though, too. So you can't be a person that, hey, I'm going to let you cut my hair this week and cut that. Yeah, he going to get in your pocket, man. You're here for temporarily, or you got me fixing another barber's mistakes. I'm going to go on and I'm going to get in your pocket. So find your barber, stick with him, and he'll do you right on the price. If you are in California, Florida, New York, you know, the money is different there. So, heck, yeah, the prices are different. If they want the Beijing and all of that, county paint, you know what I'm saying?
That Jalen boy.
Yeah,
you want that Jalen Brown.
Yeah, if you want the Jalen Brown, then yeah, all of that costs. So, you know, you got to pay what you weigh, man. You do have to pay what you weigh, but hey.
CJ, what was the demo where you heard that Barber went viral and then the prices did what? Give these people a story, man.
It was somewhere where this lady had said how she was going to her son's barber for like consistently going to him for, I guess, for a while, what have you, and he ended up going viral on TikTok, and that turned him up. So the prices kind of like double, you know what I'm saying? And the hours changed and a whole lot of, she just felt like, yo, we was with you shooting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stunt on me.
I'll take it back. That was confidence, right? That was
But
confidence.
that was also the social media. Like you said, it's a little bit of everything. So he was already probably dropping heat.
Yeah.
And somebody, you know, he went viral. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever that was. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
Especially if I'm in your early filmings before you really made it, you're going to double the price on me like that?
It's a cold game.
We know that yesterday.
And I think that's foul business, you know what I'm saying? Especially for your consistent fan base. Because what you don't want to do, like I've been trying to tell people, you don't want to try and attract a new fan base and alienate your current market. Like, you don't want to do that. So,
and what I'll say with that, definitely, that's the big thing. And yeah, you got to make sure that the pricing is fair, man, and you got to show the love to the folks that's been there for you, man. That's just it with the barber, man. So.
And make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I completely agree there. If you, man, we would not trip if you move your prices up a bit. I think you're the best barber I've ever had. Let me just go with that. So nobody would trip on that. But when it get to ridiculous portions and you still doing the same cut you were, that's kind of like if you started at a 10 ball because you knew, you know what I mean, but you got better through time, I could completely understand your prices going 20, 30, 40. Like, that makes perfect sense, 50. But
you got to do business the right way, though. It got to be something like probably $5 a year, and with the notice. You know what I'm saying? And then you still got to cap it off somewhere. But yeah, just to go up just because somebody else said I'm cold. I mean, that's how it goes, though. That is how it goes. So.
Let's move into this bit of controversy that we got. 2 controversial subjects coming up. We have spoken about it off camera. I want to bring it to light. When should kids be introduced to guns? Reason I bring it up is been shooting since I was 4 or 5 years old. I've been going on deer hunting trips with my family. You know what I mean? I bird hunt myself. I think because I was already introduced to meat so young, I knew it was not a toy from the very get-go. I mean, your eyes light up as a kid when you first see that, of course. But they was always very serious about this. And like I said, my time in the Marine Corps too definitely showed you how serious these weapons are, what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of people that say, nope, not at all. A lot of people that say early on, myself. A lot of people say whenever they choose to do it. I think in the world we live in, you should have the means to protect yourself at all times. Responsible people should, absolutely. Because if you're more of a danger, then it should not be in your hands. CJ, what do you think, man? What's an appropriate age and why?
Keep it 100. My son held his first weapon around 4. You know, I put the pistol in his hand. You feel me? However, it wasn't until he was around 14 maybe, went to the gun range.
Respectable.
You know?
Absolutely.
14, 15 maybe around there.
Why were you the one that introduced it to him though?
Because I'm his father. I have to, you know, I gotta show you the game before you let a knucklehead, you know.
Come on now.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be doing that. You blow a hole in your foot, you feel me?
That's it.
So
Cheddar Bob.
you can't, yeah, Cheddar Bob, yeah. Straight up. So no.
Tell him what you got, man.
Sure.
Very wise words too.
As a youngster, shoot, you know, we ain't had no, like, the dads wasn't all around just all the time, like military and things like that. So, shoot, we ended up shooting guns with the homies, like, on whatever type of time, you know what I'm saying? Not no, you know, just, that's how it happens. So, if y'all do got boys, you better take them somewhere, man, or at least pay attention. Not take them nowhere to shoot no guns. You gotta have a father in the house. Somebody that's going to be able to talk to them and kind of gauge where they at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if I got this little knucklehead that I think he's going to be pulling this pistol out and showing where the guns are and things like that, nah, it ain't his time. That means as a father, I need to do other work with him. But around like, 13, 14, 15, something like that, man, that's when I took my boys to the gun range and showed them how the gun works. And I chose that age. Yeah, it was about 7th grade to 9th grade because that's around the age that, you know, kids, your boys especially, start getting out in the streets. You know, you start hearing about gangs and stuff, and that's when I expected for them to see a gun really was around then. So I'd rather have them shoot the gun with me, like CJ was saying before, rather have you shoot it with me first, or period, than with the homies.
Couldn't have been said better at all. We got to step into this next controversial one. I step with just the toe in the water because this is very, very serious. It needs to be discussed. CJ, you have brought this up again. Like, you've been on point every episode. I'm going to start with that. But you've been on point, especially this week. It's something called the Online Rape Academy, which, in a nutshell, it's men telling men how to get away with raping their wives. And other things beyond that. Extremely disgusting. Let me go ahead and start with that. What is this? What is going on, bro?
There's a story I saw on CNN, and there are blogs and platforms and chat rooms where men discuss. This is like really, I don't even really want to like talk about this, but it has to be spoke on.
Absolutely.
We teaching right now. He teaching.
These men are drugging their wives and they're recording themselves having.
Come on now.
So I brought this up because there was some numbers that were mentioned in this, and the numbers were 50% of men that they polled. I don't know who these gentlemen are,
Oh my God.
but they believe that it's not grape if it's your wife.
Right.
So, first of all, I don't want nothing that don't want me. You understand that?
Come on now.
And
Player.
secondly, I think this speaks to the culture in America. See, we as black people, we view America in a certain aspect. Some black people feel like America is super racist. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And we know this to be true. I'm not about to sit up here and make no sad story or nothing like that. That's not the point. The point is, just as much as America is racist, it's even that more sexist. So the fact that these men feel it's okay to take advantage of a woman they done drugged the wife, and now you taking advantage of her, bro. Like, you sick. There is something wrong with the fabric of America that actually encourages rape. Like, this is a thing that happens in this country. It's not like, it's not hidden. It's
right.
like out in the open. We have all these accounts of sexual assault. We have all these stories about men being inappropriate with this woman, this child, this person. Like, it's wild, man. And now we got dudes poison you drugging your wife and you taking it. It's like, and you recording it,
How did that even
and
become
then y'all
wifey?
talking about it in a group. Like, y'all need some help, man. Y'all need some help. You need to go sit down, talk to somebody, man. Yeah, man. Them gentlemen, they need some help, man. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's disgusting, to say the least. But yeah. And shout out to all the ladies. Hope y'all getting y'all support that y'all need. Yeah, that needs to stop. Like, can't have that. We gotta protect the ladies, man. We can't take advantage of the ladies. We gotta protect the ladies.
Good.
So,
Could not have been said no better. We all feel the exact same. Bro, per usual, ate that subject up, but we are out of time. We do appreciate y'all joining in, tuning in with us. Definitely want to expand on subjects like these more. A lot of people avoid touching them. Here at the Upper Echelon Podcast, we don't. We say what's real and we say what's right. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we out. We'll see y'all next week.
Indeed.